Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We begin with the death of country music icon, superstar Dolly Parton, who inspired generations of fans with her songs, her movies, her humor, and of course, her good old Southern charm. Her publicist says she died peacefully in Nashville today at the age of 80. Earlier this year, Dolly had issues with kidney stones along with her immune and digestive systems. Her family did not release an official cause of death, but they did write on her social media, "A rhinestone life that shone bright enough for the world to see. Dolly will forever stand as an inspiration, not only through her timeless music and prolific songwriting, but also her wit, warmth, and kindness that made us all feel like family." Her nephew released a video message alluding to her humble beginnings, growing up in a one-room cabin in Tennessee.
Dolly was a farmer, just like her daddy. He farmed the soil, she farmed songs and happiness. Dolly called me and said she wants to rest in a beautiful bed of plush cotton because after a life wearing heavy rhinestones, she finally deserves to be comfortable and have some rest.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please, don't take my hand.
We don't have to tell you this. During her 6-decade career, Dolly Parton released 50 studio albums, sold more than 100 million records. She won 10 Grammys, earned 55 nominations, and was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. In 2019, she talked with our CBS Evening News anchor, Tony DeCopel, on CBS Sunday Morning about retirement.
People always say, why don't you retire? I say, and do what? What does that even mean?
Sit on your pile of money and awards.
Do that. I don't care. I always count my blessings more than I count my money. I don't work for money, never did. I just wanted, it was the art, it was the job. I love the work. And I've done well, and I'm thankful for it.
We're thankful as well. Tributes pouring in for this country music icon who was also a philanthropist, an entrepreneur, and owner of the theme park Dollywood. Maybe you've been there. Tonight, some of her biggest fans placing flowers near her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And in Washington, President Trump lowered flags at the White House to half-staff. The president called her death a true loss for millions of people. CBS News correspondent Nicole Valdes is in Dolly Parton's hometown area of Nashville. How are they remembering her tonight, Nicole?
Reed, we've been talking to so many people who say that they still haven't really come to grips with the fact that Dolly Parton is gone. I mean, she is an icon, a legend, a Tennessee treasure, someone who always remembered her roots from this state, from this city, and constantly gave back, not just in her music, but in her philanthropy, in her charity. I mean, the amount of people who have come up to me today and said, my kids were so touched by Dolly and her imagination library. Everyone felt connected to this woman despite never having met her. And that is really the message we've heard throughout the city today. Inside, behind me, that's the Country Music Hall of Fame, where fans went inside to pay their respects. They signed a memorial book next to her plaque in the induction rotunda inside, where she, her photo sits alongside dozens of others who have been inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. The legacy that she leaves behind is not just regarding her music, and there's so many things about the multitudes of this woman that really make it hard to summarize the impact that she leaves behind here. But when we talk to people and ask them, why is it that her death means so much to you, even if you don't have a direct connection or know her personally, they just said it was because of the things that she constantly prioritized and made sure that she always remembered her home. And her story, from rags to riches, if you will, is sort of really fueled people and reminded them that you don't need to come from something to be something. That was a quote from a woman I spoke to earlier. And that has been the message that I think people will remember for a long time. I mean, here in Nashville, we have a Walk of Fame here. It's not the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but it is our Walk of Fame. And we've already seen people start to lay flowers and pay their respects to this incredibly legendary woman, Reed.
Now, as you say, it's hard to encapsulate this down to 2 minutes. That's why there are whole college classes devoted to Dolly Parton and studying her songwriting and her life's legacy. Always great to talk to you, Nicole Valdes. Thank you so much.